Mahmud, did you know that the reason you're here right now is because your uncle is the best physician in Samarkand?
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
I don't believe you.
Jamshid, there's something important I want to tell you. I didn't like the way his wife Ulje looked at you.
What do you mean, Moin?
Don't worry about it, it's nothing.
Yeah, you shouldn't worry about it. Ulug is a man of science, and needs knowledgeable people like me and your husband, and especially my knowledge.
If Samarkand's chief physician allows it, I want to come in.
Come in.
Dad, it's really good to live in this awesome palace.
That's true. It's just like a cage here. I can't take this prison anymore.
We need to prepare 3 regiments near the northern borders and 2 regiments on the southern borders of the area.
And 3 infantry battalions to provide support.
And 2,000 archers.
The army you're talking about requires a lot of money to prepare.
I want you to prepare an inventory of the treasury. All of it.
The inventory would be nothing but a piece of paper. It's just not enough to pay this expenditure, you see.
Ashwala should pay for what they did, and they will, Tarkan.
This is really good. I want to fight in this war. Giyas al-Din Jamshid is waiting for you in the other room.
Tell him to go and study with Ghayathuddin. We are busy here with more important issues. Wait. Orde.
Ulugh Beg wanted me to tell you that he can't see you today because he's busy with government affairs.
Oh, I see. I thought Ulugh Beg wasn't that busy with government affairs. All right then. We'll meet Ghayathuddin. We'll go to the school then.
I am also willing to go sightseeing in this beautiful city. Star Watcher, I'm sure they're doing this because of what you did last night during the party. Now let's go. Come on.
Try to find a nice house in the city. I don't want Vase and Mahmud staying in the palace any longer.
I will. Where are we going now?
Ulugh Beg's school.
This way, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you know the way?
Yes. No.
What can we do now? Why do you do this, Jamshid? Why? Brother, how can we get into Ulugh Beg's school?
Over here.
This way. If I hadn't asked for directions, we would have walked that way all day.
Probably.
I wish you knew the earth as well as you knew the sky.
It's a huge school.
Really huge.
Look at all these buildings. Compare it to our school. I wanted to live somewhere in this school.
Jamshid, did you want to be the owner of this school?
The owner? Why?
I don't know.
No. But I want to stay here forever. Hello, sorry.
Hello, sir. Don't worry about it.
Where can I find Mr. Ghazizadeh?
Ghazizadeh, he must be over there.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Let's go.
If you don't need me, I want to see the school a bit more. I really like it here.
All right.
The way to solve this is to take the given numbers and put them in the columns based on the order that I explained. Hello, sir. Please. Please come in. After you.
Hello to you.
Hello to you, sir.
My dear students, please allow me to introduce you all to the great mathematician and astronomer Ghayathuddin Jamshid Kashani. Please be seated.
Am I disturbing your class?
Not at all. The students will learn.
I'm really happy to see so many students here in Samarkand. It's really wonderful for me to see people who have this much thirst and hunger for knowledge, science, wisdom, and other things. You should all really be proud of yourselves. You should be thankful to God, since He provided you with this wonderful opportunity to learn so much. And you should also thank God for having a great teacher, a teacher who's so knowledgeable like Ghazizadeh,
Thank you very much.
who is truly one of the best in the world.
Is it true that you're writing a new method that will find the value of a variable using algebra, that is?
It might be hard to add things to what Khayyam said, indeed. I agree. But we must all try and find more convenient methods. Huh? Will you allow me? Now I will ask you a question, and you all answer. Consider two numbers. Write them. Write them down. Take two numbers. One will be an integer, and the other more power in your elbows.
Hello there.
It's gonna take some time till we finish it.
It's amazing. I can see science and art combined in every inch of it. How long have you been doing this?
For many years. I worked very hard when I was in Egypt and the Levant. I was lucky our great Sultan, the great Sharak Shah, liked my work, and so he brought me to Herat. A few months after I arrived in Herat, his son Ulugh Beg asked me to come to Samarkand. This part of the building, just like the other side, follows a symmetrical pattern. We've taken into account all details of mathematics and astronomy with Ghazizadeh and Ulugh Beg's help.
I see.
It was God who gave Yusuf Halaj to this city, just like you.
That's very kind of you. What is the other building on the other side?
We're building a mosque there. Very close to the school so that people and students can say their prayers there.
The Lady Uljai Begi has sent me to take you to the location, to the same location where we are planning to build the observatory.
But must Ghiyas al-Din be there to see the place?
I do what I've been told to, sir. She didn't tell me anything about him.
Please wait, sir. Ulugh Beg will send someone after you.
It's a shame, you know, they've left it for Uljay Begi to decide where to build the observatory. Don't be sad about it.
Hello to you.
Hello. Do I know you?
I'm Saif al-Din Nakjavi.
Oh my god. It's a great honor to meet you, sir.
Oh no, the honor is mine.
I've heard a lot about you.
My respectable husband will be able to observe the building process and other affairs from the palace.
I think we must consult Ghiyas al-Din about this plan.
I didn't know you have knowledge of astronomy.
What Ghazizadeh said is not about our knowledge of astronomy. This is a decision that should be based on science and astronomical understandings.
We've no doubt that Ghiyas al-Din knows more about astronomy, but I am afraid that we do not hold him as a confidant just yet.
He's looking for different accommodations. Apparently, this man is not planning to stay in the palace.
He probably didn't like to live with us in the palace, and that's why he wants to leave.
I'm sorry, lady. The soil is not strong and can't be the foundation of an observatory.
Hello all. Power it from your elbows.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
I have a request for you.
Yeah.
I need a ball. A metal ball with a 3-meter diameter.
You're not from around here. Are you then?
We moved to this town a few days ago.
What do you want to do with it?
With what?
With the thing you just asked for.
It's for astronomical purposes.
Oh. So it's true that astronomers from other countries are coming here to Samarkand. Please sit down.
Thank you.
Are you an astronomer?
Indeed. However, I am...
Jamshid, if you want to make a speech here about Samarkand and astronomy, we weren't going to have enough time to search for a house.
You're looking for a place to stay.
We are.
You didn't like it here? Did you find it uncomfortable here in the palace?
I came here to talk about science with Ulugh Beg. But he seems to be very busy with governmental issues, and he has no time for me. And I need to stay at a quiet place to finish my book, so that I can give it to him on time.
Well, you know, we could give you whatever you wanted here.
I have no doubt about Ulugh Beg's kindness and generosity, but please let me keep writing my book and wait for the building of the observatory to begin. Please tell Ulugh Beg I hope he understands, and send him my warm regards. May I leave now?
Hello?
Hello. So how's my sister?
She's feeling better.
Perfect, very good. Hello, hello. This is the result of shutting your eyes to the palace, Ghiyas al-Din. Stabling the horses, planting vegetables in a small garden. Construction work.
I prefer stabling horses and gardening much more than meeting those arrogant men at the palace. It's only Moin al-Din who deserves living in a palace.
I wish it were that easy.
Now tell me something. The best physician of all time, the experienced Hakim of Samarkand, what has he done for his sister?
I cooked this in the palace. I made it especially for her. This will hopefully revive her energy, hopefully. So tell me, is she in the palace?
She is in the palace.
I promise you that we will walk around the city once you drink all of this. Why are you looking at me like that? Drink it. It's good for your body. It'll revive you. Drink it.
God, this is so bitter.
Yes, it is bitter, but it's worth trying. Drink it.
You get to eat all those sweets at the palace, and you bring me this bitter drink from there. You seem to like living in the palace very much. You have gained some weight, brother.
Don't change the subject. Drink it.
What's the news, Moin?
I believe they're preparing for a war.
A war?
With Charjoy Bandi.
The mindset of all rulers is obsessed with war. From time to time, they will spend whatever is left in the treasury to fight their wars. The construction of the school has stopped too. I am afraid this war is forcing Ulugh Beg to stop the construction of the observatory as well.
What's Ulugh Beg doing?
I took the liberty of giving him the book you wrote. It will give him something beautiful to enjoy when he is surrounded with war. Today I met with Safdar. He said you went there to meet him.
I needed Alame Haley's Kashf al-Murad, an introduction to Tajlil el-Etigad. I didn't have enough time to take all my books from Kashan. That's why I borrowed this book.
But I've never heard of this book before.
Kashf al-Murad is an introduction by Alame Haley to Nasr al-Din's book. It's a really good book. In one chapter, Alame Haley writes about this statement by Imam Sadegh, proving Aristotle's theory of creationism ex nihilo. It's great, it's great.
You will definitely let me take a look at this book.
Of course I will, of course. Please, come in.
Ah! Perfect. It's perfect. Ingenuity! Ingenuity is a gift that God grants the few. This is a masterpiece. This book is genuine. A masterpiece. He was right to call it the Mefta el-Hesab.
Oh, there we go. This man finally did what he wanted. Whatever I do...
I think Jamshid Kashani has learned his lesson and knows how to behave now after all these months I haven't met with him.
Ulugh Beg, I'm worried about you.
Why?
Great, Sultan. Sultan Tarkan the Minister has sent a messenger saying he wants to meet you.
Tarkan? Huh?
I can't even spend a few minutes with you, even in this library.
Huh?
How?
What are you doing here?
You should excuse me for disturbing you at this time of day.
Who's watching over the troops while you are here with me, huh?
This is exactly what I wanted to talk to you about. Mr. Ghayathuddin wants to tell you something which I think is quite interesting.
Go ahead. Today I was fortunate to meet with Jamshid Kashani. How is he? Huh? I really want to talk to him, but... Well, he has no respect for us, so what can I do? He has asked from me to come and give you a guideline. A guideline? For me? You see, he shows no respect whatsoever. While I sat and discussed matters with him, he asked me about this war we are preparing for out of curiosity, and I told him the story. He asked for some details, and I told him whatever he wanted to know. Ghiyas al-Din thinks that we can resolve this difference without getting involved in a war. I don't understand. Is this Ghiyas al-Din an astronomer or a politician? Please forgive me, Your Highness. But you know that Hulagu Khan used to consult Nasir al-Din al-Tusi on political issues as well. Ask him to come to the palace.
What Ghayathuddin said tells me that this man from Kashan has thought of a way to impress Ulugh Beg. And today, they were talking about Hulagu Khan and how he asked for Nasr al-Din's advice.
This man seems to be different than the others. He's more stubborn than they are. Open your eyes and ears, Tarkan. These people are the true enemies of our Sultan. What I did the other day apparently didn't work. So we should wait for him to make another mistake.
Don't worry about it. Leave it all to me, Khatun. All will be well. A man of science will not have a lot of choices when confronting a politician.
I think you should forget about this decision to leave it all to Tarkan.
My dear, why do you worry so much about these matters?
All that I worry about is the authority of our Sultan. The nonsense that this man is saying can lead to our defeat or even our demise. Your servants will ridicule you if you can't do what he says.
I believe in what this Roman scholar has to say.
This Roman scholar?
I am talking about Ghayathuddin. He believes Ghiyas al-Din is a knowledgeable man. He doesn't talk about something he cannot do. It would be wise for us to consider Ghayathuddin as a friend, and if it works, we will have enough money to build our observatory.
All of the honorable figures who have been chosen to take part in this meeting that is chaired by Ulugh Beg Mirza, I'm sure you know why you are all here. Therefore, our great and wise Sultan has decided to give both sides another chance. And before anything else happens, we think this issue can be resolved by the knowledgeable, the wise, the educated, and the honorable Ghiyas al-Din Jamshid Kashani, the most renowned scientist, mathematician, and astronomer of our time.
With your permission, we thought we were going to hear the government's position in our dispute. How can a fortune teller or an astronomer resolve our differences?
What you are saying is gibberish, soldier. Is this my order? Huh? Mr. Kashani?
Please look here. These maps I have show the borders of areas controlled by you and Ulugh Beg in Charjui Bandig. Do you accept these maps?
For your information, it was we who sent those maps to Tarkan.
Very well. When I studied these maps, I found out that the distribution of tax has not been calculated correctly. Based on the size of the area that you are currently occupying, compared proportionally to the size of the areas that are now under the government of our great Sultan. In other words, whoever of you occupies more land and has a higher population should receive higher proportional rates of tax. Should he not? Now, how do we measure this proportional rate? It should be done based on a reasoning that can hopefully, God willing, end this dispute. We should subtract cubic roots of two numbers, each of which individually stands for 1 unit of tax, and then square it based on the equation that I have come up with. In order to find this number, which is a mathematical fraction with the same numerators but different denominators, we just have to find a common denominator and add up the result. Now, what we know for sure is the number of people living in each area. That will become our numerator, and the area occupied by these people will become the denominator. Subtraction of these two fractions will definitely lead us right to the answer. On a smaller scale, our odd numbers are 5, 4, each multiplied by 5.
Has Ulugh Beg invited us to discuss politics? Or does he think that we're students who should sit here and listen to whatever our math teacher tells us?
You should be more patient and let Ghayathuddin finish what he has to say.
Have you understood anything?
Would you like me to explain it again?
Continue, please.
Now I will try to solve this equation using our numbers here. You can ask me to explain again if you don't understand parts of this equation. With your permission, I will solve this equation so that we reach a common rate on this issue.
good. Well done.
This is a show you've planned with all these mathematical equations, so you can violate our rights and receive higher taxes.
Hey! You're talking tough. I don't like your tone. You'd better know Tarkan won't be so patient with you.
This is a game, it's a farce. You must think that you are going to be a prophet just because you read out some numbers and draw some lines.
My order is what you've already heard. If you think we cannot reach a compromise through this agreement, our swords will speak for us. I swear to God, if we do not reach an agreement today, I will fight you with such force, my soldiers will kill every single one of you.
Tell them to write the agreement down.
Hey, newcomer. I just wanted you to know that you dashed the hopes of a group of poor people, and you have the blood of our young men on your hands. I will make you pay dearly for this. Remember my name, Hushman.
Hushmand, your youths were killed because you asked for more than your right. Thank God no more people will die now. There will now be less dead men and women on both sides.
We shall meet again.